Well, in other stories, teachers in Kanduna State are threatening a showdown over what they consider high-handedness on their members. They have issued a 2-week ultimatum to commence indefinite strike action, except that they are given what they consider a human face. Their threat follows the state government's decision to sack over 21,000 teachers for failing a competence test. Joining us via, of course, in the studios here, not via Skype now, is social activist Laila Sanit Mattew. All right, that to be on Skype.
Yes.
Yeah, Laila Sanit, thank you very much indeed for joining us this time. Do you think that this is a case of high-handedness on the part of the Kanduna State government?
Can still come out of Nigeria. Let us put partisan politics aside.
To have gotten them to this point where they are not supposedly competent in some areas. That is the question that should be asked. Have they been given the proper training? Have they been given the proper tools for them to be able to be to get to the level that they should be? That from what I can see and what we've been reading about for a long time, teachers have not been given the focus, the preference to training that they should have. And what you give is what you get out. I think it's very unfair, very, very unfair.
As it may, Laila, is it not appalling for a primary school teacher not to be able to pass a primary 4 test? Isn't it appalling?
Well, how did they get them in the first instance? That is the thing. What is the criteria that they used to get them in? Because you see, long time ago, when they cancelled the grade 2 teachers training, that is where quality training used to be in. So how do they get these teachers in the first instance? So if they employed teachers and there was no criteria for them to employ them, and then now, after they are in there, because of the output that they get from the students, they now come down hard on the teachers. So I will take it back to the government themselves and say to them, what are they imputing into the lives of the teachers? What is the upskilling that they give them? Yes, as you said, it's quite appalling that, you know, they have failed competency tests. But, you know, this is the result of politicizing a lot of areas and demeaning the areas that they should focus upon. This is what we get.
So what exactly do you expect of the government at this juncture?
What I expect the government at this juncture is, you know, to realistically begin to find out how they can impute into the teachers' lives. How do they train these teachers? What is the level that they get to before they employ them? The grade 2 teacher system that came out during the Babangida times, maybe it should be revisited. You know, you pack teachers into a classroom with 80 to 100 students. They have not been taught properly on how to handle such a magnitude at one point. They do not have the tools. I think we should not, you know, we should start from the basics. The Kanduna government should not sack them, or the Kanduna should not sack them. They should. The Kanduna government should not sack them, or the Kanduna should not sack them. They should put them back to school, teacher training school, and upskill their training. That's what I think.
You're a mother, Laila, I know that for sure, and the government is trying to bring in 25,000 new teachers who they feel are qualified, who they feel will give your child the best education. What would you say to that?
Well, I would say kudos to them, but why do they want to throw away the ones that they have employed before? What have they done to... I'm coming back to it. That is a very, very, very good approach, because the output from the schools nowadays is horrendous. There's, kids do not know half of what they should know. But these teachers that have already been employed into the system should be given the chance to upskill themselves. After all, in those days, when I was much younger, they used to actually send teachers for trainings. They used to give them free accommodation, free trainings, so that at each level they upskill themselves. When is the last time they did that for the teachers? So they bring new ones in. But if they do not put in some processes and procedures, it's going to get back to what it was, because in the teaching arena, it's a continuous learning process for the teachers. So I don't think they should send them off. They should train them as well. When they bring in this new lot, they can train them and let them be under the new ones that they say are better qualified. But what are the benefits that they give to them too as well? Because if they do not give them the right benefits, even these ones qualified will become disenchanted and, you know, it will revert back to status quo.
So the solution, as far as you are concerned, is to retain them and retrain them?
Yes, I believe so. Retain them, retrain them, bring the new ones that they have used the criteria, I hope, to get them in, the well-qualified ones, and then have the old ones that they feel are not qualified, who have not met up to the criteria, study under them, be sub-teachers, assistant teachers, so that they too can learn, can be upskilled. We cannot throw them out, you know, we can't.
Okay.
That's my own advice.
All right, we'll leave it there. We hope the government can afford to get the new ones and train the old ones and at the same time pay all of them. We thank you for your time and your contributions, Laila Sanit Mattew. Many thanks.